Hey, you watching this right now, maybe you've felt that strange pull before. You know what I'm talking about. The silence between you and him that feels heavier than words. The way he looks at you, then quickly looks away. The casual texts that sound normal but somehow feel deeper. You find yourself questioning everything. Does he care? Or am I just imagining it? And let's be honest, it's confusing as hell. Because men, real men, often love quietly. They won't shout it. They won't confess it easily. Not because they don't feel enough, but because feeling too much scares them. Vulnerability feels like losing control. Saying I love you feels like standing unarmed in the middle of a battlefield. So they play it cool. They hide behind humor, distance, or indifference. But here's the truth. Their silence often hides depth. Their restraint hides the storm. They feel, but they fear the exposure that comes with it. So they love in fragments and glances, in pauses, in small gestures that speak volumes if you know how to read them. And that's what you're here to learn. You're here to decode the whispers, to see beyond the surface, to recognize when a man's quiet actions are really confessions in disguise. Because love doesn't always roar, it often whispers. And if you can hear those whispers, you'll finally stop doubting your intuition and start trusting what your heart already knows. So let's talk about those hidden signs, the ones that slip past most people. Maybe you've noticed that when you're gone, things change. He gets quieter, his energy shifts, his texts come slower but feel heavier. Maybe he says something subtle like, "It was strange without you," or "I missed this." That's not casual, it's coded. He feels your absence more than he admits. Inside, he's thinking, if I act too attached, she'll think I'm weak, so he hides behind balance. But you can feel the difference, the pause in his voice, the hesitation before he says goodbye. That's not distance. That's care trapped in restraint. And when you're around, he's tuned in. You might not even realize how closely he mirrors you. If you're upset, his mood softens. If you're excited, he lights up. He feels your rhythm and adjusts. That's emotional awareness, not accident. A man who's hiding love doesn't try to fix you, he respects your space. He doesn't force cheerfulness. He holds presence. That's love learning how to be safe. Then there's the protector energy, the quiet defender. Maybe he doesn't make a scene, but he checks that you got home safe. Maybe he offers help without pressure. If you need anything, I'm here. He doesn't need credit. He just needs to know you're okay. He's not trying to own you, he's trying to honor you. Real love doesn't control, it supports. He might even defend you when you're not around. You'll hear from someone later that he spoke up for you, and he never mentions it himself. That's the kind of man who hides his love, because the feeling itself is enough, he doesn't need to perform it. When he includes you in his world, that's another quiet confession. He says, "Hey, I'm going to this event, you should come, or maybe we should take a trip sometime." He's not testing you. He's inviting you into his life. For a man, that's intimacy, letting you step inside the circle he guards the most. He doesn't say, "You're my future." Instead, he lets you live in it piece by piece. That's how you know you matter. The emotionally aware man shows consistency over charm. He might not have fancy words, but he has reliability, and that's rarer than you think. Notice how he remembers things you barely recall saying. The story you told weeks ago, the drink you ordered once, the song you said reminded you of summer. He remembers because he listens. He listens because he cares. That's not casual interest, that's emotional investment. His silence isn't disinterest. It's fear and awe mixed together. He's scared of saying too much and losing what feels fragile. So instead of grand gestures, he gives you moments of quiet loyalty. That's the whisper. Maybe you've had bad days where you weren't at your best. You snapped, cried, went silent. Others might have left, but he stayed. Didn't judge, didn't rush, just stayed. That's not tolerance, it's love in its rawest, purest form. Because a man who stays when things get messy isn't afraid of your darkness. He's trying to understand it. And when he encourages you, when he reminds you of your strength, your worth, your dreams, know that's love speaking through support. He doesn't want to dim your light. He wants to help it shine. Because he sees you, really sees you. Sometimes love hides behind friendship, behind small acts, behind the quiet man who just wants to be near you without demanding anything back. You may not notice it at first, but it's there, steady, growing, waiting for courage. You might later realize he was the one who consistently showed up when no one else did. The one who remembered. The one who made space for you even when life got heavy. That's not coincidence, that's care. I've been there myself. I've been the guy who felt deeply but couldn't say it, who watched someone walk away because silence was safer than honesty. And I've also been on the other side, missing the signs because I thought love had to be loud, dramatic, undeniable. But love isn't always fireworks. Sometimes it's the steady flame that never goes out. And if you keep looking for explosions, you'll miss the warmth that's been beside you all along. So here's the truth: if he notices your absence, matches your energy, protects your peace, remembers your details, defends you quietly, and gives you his time, he's already showing you love. Maybe not with words, but with action. And that's what matters most. Because words can lie, but consistency doesn't. Love doesn't always scream your name, it whispers it. It shows up in moments of calm, in loyalty, in presence. So don't ignore those small signs. Don't let fear convince you it's nothing. Pay attention. Because if you see it and feel it, you already know. You don't need the perfect confession to validate what's real. You just need to trust yourself enough to acknowledge it. And if he's hiding it, maybe he's waiting for a safe space to unfold it. Maybe he's waiting for your signal that it's okay. But whatever the case, never forget this: you deserve to be seen, valued, and loved openly. Don't settle for half light when you're made for full sun. Love that hides can still be real, but love that grows must be brave. So let this be your reminder. Listen for the whisper, but live for the truth. Because when you do, the right man won't have to hide anymore. He'll meet you where you stand with clarity, respect, and heart.